Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Anushka. Today we'll be discussing whether processed sugar is good or bad. Well, this has been a debate since over the ages, since over a decade to be honest, that whether processed sugar is good for your health or is bad for your health. Some people are completely against processed sugar. They believe in natural sugars that you get from your fruits, like fructose or other types of sugars that you get from your food or your fruits. Whereas, on the other hand, some people believe that processed sugar to a certain level is not a bad decision and can, with a balanced diet and proper exercising, processed sugar is not that harmful. Today, we'll be discussing this in our video, and also we'll be looking how processed sugar has been inculcated in our body and is used for various processes. What are the harms of consuming in or of intaking a lot of sugar? And also, you will get to know what is my opinion, and you can definitely comment down below what is your opinion. The debate on processed sugar and health. The role of processed sugar in our diets is a topic of ongoing debate. Some argue it is harmless indulgence, while others claim it possesses serious health risks. Understanding the nuance of this complex issue is crucial for making informed choices about our well being. Now, I have seen a trend, uh, to say so, after COVID that people have been taking their health very seriously. Before that, of course, people around the ages have taken their health seriously, but I've seen a wave of fitness, of changing yourself, or having a balanced lifestyle, of eating balanced diet. And according to me, that processed sugar can be harmful, but at the same time, when taken in little amounts and with the proper exercise and balanced diet, will not really affect you that with that high intensity, whereas having a not balanced diet and just intaking processed sugar. Now let's understand what exactly is this processed sugar and how is it different from the natural sugar that you get from your sugarcane juice, your other items as well, like your fruits like grapes, which are rich in sugar, grapes, then you have your mangoes, and then other fruits as well. We have what is processed sugar? Sugarcane cultivation. Processed sugar begins with the harvesting of sugarcane, a tall grass native to tropical regions. These stalks are crushed to extract their sweet juice. And then we have the refining and processing, where exactly you get the processed sugar from. The extracted juice undergoes multiple steps of processing, including boiling, centrifugation, and chemical treatments to improve impurities and produce the white granulated sugar we commonly use. Then we have varieties of processed sugar. Processed sugar come in many forms. We have white sugar, brown sugar, powdered sugar, and high fructose corn syrup, each with slightly different properties and uses. Role of sugar in human diet. Now, why do we even intake processed sugar? Let's have a look. Energy source. Sugar provides a quick and accessible source of energy for the body, this important macronutrient that fuels various bodily functions. So, sugar does have few good roles in our body. First is it is an energy source, a instant energy source to say the least. Palatability. The sweet taste of sugar makes many food and drinks more palatable, that is, more enjoyable to consume. This contributes to the pleasure experience of eating. Now, if you don't like the food that you eat, the food might not taste that good to you, or you might not really indulge in eating. So, that will also affect your body in some way or the other. If you don't enjoy the food you eat, the body might have a reverse effect on it. Nutrient absorption. Sugar can enhance the absorption of certain vitamins and minerals, making them more bioavailable to the body. So it also fuels the process of nutrient absorption. Cultural significance. In many cultures, sugar containing foods and drinks hold very important social and cultural significance, often being used in celebration and traditional recipes. Some of the prasads that you get, like Tirupati laddus, also contain sugar. The potential negative effects of processed sugar. While sugar is a necessary part of human diet, excessive intake of processed sugar can have several detrimental health consequences that are important to understand. Increased risk of obesity and diabetes. Now let's look into some of the cons of having too much of processed sugar. Again, I'm emphasizing on the word too much and not having a balanced diet. One of the primary concerns with consuming excessive amount of processed sugar is the increased risk of obesity and type 2 diabetes. Added sugar, often found in processed food, can lead to weight gain and contribute to the development of insulin resistance, a precursor to diabetes. Studies have constantly shown a correlation between high sugar intake and elevated body mass index (BMI), as well as higher likelihood to developing type 2 diabetes. Consuming large quantities of added sugars can disrupt the body's natural ability to regulate blood sugar levels, potentially leading to metabolic disorders. Impact, impact on cardiovascular health. Consuming excessive amounts of processed sugar has been linked to an increased risk of developing cardiovascular diseases, diseases that are related to your heart. The high sugar content can lead to a buildup of unhealthy triglycerides and cholesterol levels in the body, which makes can harden and narrow the arteries over time, which can also lead to heart attacks. Relationship to tooth decay and dental issues. Now, eating too much of sugar is not only benefiting the doctors, but also the dentists who are also doctors, but tooth doctors as well. And I'm using the word benefiting in an irony, or perhaps in a sarcasm. Tooth decay. Consuming excessive amounts of processed sugar can lead to an increased risk of tooth decay. The sugar provides food to for harmful bacteria in the mouth, leading to the production of acids and erode the tooth enamel. Well, yeah, that is a true case. If you have a lot of sugary drinks like cola, Fanta, or other processed sodas, then and if you have it on regular basis, you might get a tooth decay. Cavities and gum disease. A diet high in refined sugars has been linked to higher incidence of cavities and gum disease. These oral health problems can cause pain, infection, and even toothless if left untreated. Then we have potential effects on brain functions and cognitive impairment. Studies suggest that excessive consumption of processed sugar may negatively impact cognitive functions, leading to difficulty with memory, focus, and problem solving. Hence, if you want to quit sugar and processed sugar altogether, and if you try to do it, you have withdrawal symptoms. You become very moody, you tend to eat a lot or eat not at all, and you tend to be very agitated for small amount of things that doesn't really have a trivial actions around you can make you go agitated, even if it would not really hold any value to your life. So sugar, having it and not having it, both will affect your cognitive impact, cognitive senses. Mood disturbance. There's a potential link between a diet high in refined sugar and an increased risk of depression, anxiety, and other mood disorders. Brain inflammation. Processed sugar can be has been shown to trigger inflammation of the brain, which can detrimentally affect an overall neurological health and well-being. Alternatives to processed sugar, natural sweeteners. Now, if you really are a sweet tooth and you want to have something sweet, then you can definitely go for alternatives rather than having processed sugar all the time. So here are some natural sweeteners. Rather than relying on highly processed refined sugars, many health conscious individuals are turning to natural sweeteners as healthier alternatives. These may include honey, maple syrup, diet, and stevia, which provide sweetness and fewer negative impact on health. Natural sweeteners often contain beneficial nutrients and antioxidants missing from the white sugar. They may also have lower glycemic index, helping to regulate blood sugar levels more effectively. So there are other alternatives available as well. You can switch to it if you are a sweet. Well, in conclusion, according to me, this is my conclusion on or overall summary of what I understood about processed sugar with time, moderation, and balance approach. I feel that cutting off processed sugar, though is possible, might be a little hectic as we are young adults. So, having a balanced approach would be a better alternative, or choosing other alternative sweeteners would also be a better alternative to completely cut off sugar altogether. I would rather rely on apples and bananas for sugar than having cake for most of my week and can enjoy a cake whenever I wish to, as I have, had a balanced and cut off calories before. I believe that sugar and calories somewhat are related, even though not vastly. So if you are going for a balanced diet approach, then try to avoid all the processed food items and can have it, but with moderation and with vigilance in your brain that, okay, maybe having it now I might not want to have it again, and trying to cut it off for a week or so. Indulging in few sweet desserts, probably at your friend's birthday or your parents' anniversary or your birthday itself, is not a bad thing, I feel, because if you're completely avoiding it, you might be a social person. And I would not certainly want to be that. I would not want to be a party pooper and be like, oh, I don't want to have it because it has sugars, and ultimately guide others in a party filled with sweets that it's harmful for you. So having moderation, each to their own, is something that I am more considering rather than completely cutting it off. So is processed sugar good? It's indefinite. It is a yes and a no. Yes, when you have a balanced diet and a balanced approach. No, when you are obsessed with it, when you want to have sugar, your body craves it and you give it up. So conclusion, moderation and balanced approach. While processed sugar can have negative health effects, complete elimination may not be necessary if you are a healthy individual. The key is finding a balanced approach that allows for moderate controlled consumption of sugar as a part of overall healthy diet and lifestyle. That's it from my side. I'll leave the comment section open for you guys. And the question is processed sugar good? You can comment down below if you are with it, without it, somewhere in between. According to me, I'm somewhere in between. If you have a balanced lifestyle, balanced diet, then you can definitely consume little bits and nibbles of sweet desserts. But as you get older, I would definitely see myself switching to sweeter alternative rather than processed sugar, as even though now I try to avoid a lot of sugar, but it is somehow there in your food. So if possible, try to read the labels. As I mentioned, other alternatives of sugar, they might be hidden in those names. And make sure that you remember that 100% sugar free, zero sugar is a myth. There's nothing that can go zero sugar. There will be sweetener, which will ultimately be a type of sugar. So that's it from my side. I'll see you in the next one. Please comment down below on what side you are. Thank you. I hope you learned something today. See you in the next one. Bye bye.